Hey, welcome back, friends, and welcome to episode 22 of my Ultimate Ironman series, a series where I do not bank at all and playing an Ironman, obviously. As you see, I am coming in with 75 Firemaking. This is just kind of what I always do with my skill chompas. It seems like that's kind of the best thing to do, just to chop some logs and to burn them. I honestly don't need the logs for fletching because I'm going to be making broad arrowheads, which, although do need some logs, aren't going to be a huge demand on the logs that I'm getting. And might as well just be getting a little bit of reputation anyway from doing this. So I do cut Acadia logs and burn them. Gives me a little bit of Menaphos reputations, which will help me when I need to get up to the higher rune crafting levels for the soul altar. But all in all, I have about 7,000 skill chompas to run through because of the last episode. That's about how many skill chompas it took me to get the 4 chin chompas for the player-owned farms. So we're gonna be burning through these really quick. Don't think I'm gonna get a another 3 woodcutting levels or another 5 fire-making levels. I will stop doing this at 83 fire-making because I know that you can start doing curly roots. I believe it's at 83, but for right now, 75, I think that's actually magic logs, so very nice there. I'm so glad that I spent the time getting the player-owned farms up and running because I just got 70 farming. Not a whole lot unlocked here, but I can collect farmer fragments now. So that is something that I will be doing in the future. As you can see, the chinchompas are going pretty well. I don't have a whole lot of beans that I'm getting collected from this. The main thing is that I'm getting 30,000 farming experience every single time that I actually train one of these from a baby chinchompa all the way up to a elder. So tons of farming experience, like 175 beans every single time I traded one of the elders, so it would be much faster to actually get just up to adolescent and then sell them for like 250 beans. But you'd be missing out on like 25,000 farming experience, and honestly, I feel like the beans aren't going to be a huge deal in the long run. I think that the farming experience is going to be the thing that's going to hold me back. So for right now, just continuously getting them all the way up to Elder, and then hopefully I'll be actually getting up to 81 so I can start going towards the Zyamites here soon as well. We are again coming in with another level while doing dungeoneering that is not a dungeoneering level. Getting up to 70 crafting, so that means I only have 5 more crafting levels to do in dungeoneering. As you can see by the time, I'm up to 23 minutes this round, so yeah, it definitely slows down dungeoneering quite a bit. But it is definitely worth doing in dungeoneering because otherwise I'm going to have to do some more temple trekking, and nobody wants to do temple trekking. So hopefully I'll be coming in here pretty soon with 75 crafting, and I can start speeding up these dungeoneering floors and actually doing a decent amount of dungeoneering experience per hour instead of like 20-minute floors for 5,000 dungeoneering experience. We don't really have any big level progress right here, but I do want to just put this on camera. I am buying the Bone Crusher. That is going to be the last thing that I actually need in order to get, where are the achievements? Achievements right here. Demon Hind set. I just had to get any of these items, Coal Bag, Gem Bag, Herbicide, Bone Crusher, or Charming Imp, and actually use it. I decided to go for the Bone Crusher. It did mean that I was going to have to wait a little bit to complete the medium task, which is kind of annoying because it does give you some law runes as well as some cosmic runes. So it was like an extra 30 seconds at the beginning of every single floor for like the last 10 to 15 floors when I could have completed it by just getting a coal bag for like 4,000 tokens. But this is slightly more efficient on tokens because I can actually put the Bone Crusher on my tool belt in a couple seconds here. And this is how I'm going to attach it to the tool belt. If you look at the Slayer rewards, I do have 501 Slayer points. I made sure to at least have 500 Slayer points before I stopped doing Slayer because I knew this was a potential to happen during dungeoneering. Like I said, there's a few things that I can actually attach to it. Bone Crusher, Charming Imp, Herbicide, and the Seedicide are the things that I can attach. The Gold Accumulator, I will want to attach that at some point, but that's much later because it's cost a ton of tokens. I wanted to go for the Charming Imp, but that's 100,000 tokens at 34,000 tokens, so I decided to go for the Bone Crusher. So let's go ahead and buy that. And now, if we add this to our tool belt, we will permanently have a Bone Crusher on our tool belt. I'm going to go ahead and essentially just kill something in general. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to kill. Probably just a dude or something. Not this dude, he turns into a werewolf, but another dude. Get a kill them so that I can bury a bone with the bone crusher so I can actually finish off these medium set of tasks. And we're going to finish off this little compilation of clips with talking up to the rewards trader. He's apparently the guy who actually gives me the rewards for the medium set. Don't think he actually mentions it, but you do get some runes, if I'm not mistaken, from this. Throw this on Herblore because that's probably the best place to put it. Cool, level 66. Nothing important in 66 Herblore, but no level of Herblore. That's one of those things that I'm going to have to be slowly accumulating. But back into dungeoneering. Just got a surprise level here. I actually was going and collecting some Viridian skill champas and just getting out the skill champa, and all of a sudden I realized I had 75 farming. Pretty good, because I think I was only like 61 when this came out, and I haven't done any real farming. Player-owned farms is my new way of training farming now. This is giving me so much experience with these chin champas, assuming that you go all the way up to Elder and go for a little bit less beans per day and go for a little more XP per day. This could be like the new way of training farming for just about everybody. Let's see if we unlocked anything. Match trees and Harmony Moss. Those are both actually pretty useful. So 75 farming, very nice there. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my player-owned farms for the day and then be back as soon as I get another level. And we hit a milestone for dungeoneering, level 70 dungeoneering. We're going to have to skip past this floor. I'm actually having to reset right now, so this is perfect timing. Right as I go for a reset to get this. You saw a little bit of bonus experience right there. That's just from the Tainted Shard. Should still be around by the time I release this video, but 70 dungeoneering, not huge amount that you can get. Scroll of Demonheim would be useful, just because it gives you quick home at teleports. Not useful enough to actually do it right now, but may want to get that at some point. Dungeoneering fragments, always nice, of course, but realistically, not a whole lot unlocked at level 70. Level 80 is the big one, but that's going to take us a couple more days to get done. I know, this isn't actually a level, and everybody probably has already seen this before, but Halloween event just came out for me, and I am getting a couple of rewards that are intangibles. First one is the cremation ability. I know it's possible to get off of just killing ghosts, but as far as I'm aware, it's pretty rare, so it's nice to get it through this event, just for free. Also, the Ectoplasmator and the Deployable Herb Burner, those are both relatively useful. The Ectoplasmator, not so useful until I actually get 100 Ghostly Essence. I think I'm going to actually try to stop doing dungeoneering for a little bit just to get 100 Ghostly Essence, because if you try to combine the Ghostly Essence with the Ectoplasmator, you need 100 Ghostly Essence in order to upgrade it. I have been throwing away all the Ghostly Essence because I knew that I could just get it back from ghosts at any point in time, but I think it might be more efficient just to get the Ghostly Essence for right now from these rifts. And instead of training up dungeoneering that I just got up to level 70, I am going to actually do a little bit of fishing, I believe. That should make it so that it's a little bit more efficient for me to be doing dungeoneering as well, because fishing is one of the skills that are very, very good when you get up to higher fishing levels in dungeoneering. I have been doing it the entire time while doing dungeoneering, but the higher level I can get, obviously, the better fish I can get, which means more experience and more cooking experience as well. But overall, Halloween event should be giving me a decent amount of experience in a lot of skills that are a little bit harder to train than usual, such as summoning and prayer. So hopefully you'll be seeing a couple of these weird levels coming in just from all this token experience I get from stabilizing. And 70 fishing established. I said that I was going to go for Menifos fishing so I could get some cooking experience while I was doing fishing. But honestly, I just wanted something AFK to do and just kind of chill out, and decided to come over here and got it with minnows. I've been here a little bit longer than I care to admit, but it is a way of training fishing. It's probably not efficient at all, but honestly, this is the way that I'm enjoying doing it, and I wanted to make sure at least to get 70 fishing before going back to dungeoneering. That was the big thing I wanted, so that I could actually do salve eels, I believe. So I now have that accomplished. I may still sit on this, or I may go back to the right way of training fishing. That's kind of up to my motivation levels right now. So I was just doing some more player-owned farms. I know I've shown a lot of clips of it. But I was just checking one of my animals here, and I got the brains pet. Pretty interesting, honestly. I wasn't expecting to get the brains pet. I didn't even think about it that you possibly could. I guess you can from the crystal trees, so it makes sense that you can actually get it from the player-owned farms, but that was not even on my head at all. It's very nice to just get a free random pet when you're not really thinking about it at all. I did decide to go back to Menaphos. I do want to just mention I did get 75 cooking a couple seconds ago. The reason why I'm back at Menaphos is because cooking experience is actually a little bit harder to get on an Ironman account than you would imagine. Just because if you don't train it while you are training fishing, you end up not having enough cooking experience to match up with your fishing experience. And there's not a whole lot of other ways to actually get cooking experience. So we are going to make sure to be getting as much cooking experience as we possibly can while doing the fishing. Main goal right now is probably at least 76 fishing and 80 cooking, because that's what you're going to need for sharks. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that all in one stint, but right now I'm kind of on a good track. Just doing this while watching a little bit of YouTube. So definitely a good idea for something AFK to do while I'm just kind of chilling out today. Coming in with another level 80 woodcutting. Kind of just transferred over to doing some woodcutting and firemaking because I got a little bit bored of doing the fishing right here, and saw that I was actually pretty close to 80 woodcutting, also pretty close to 80 firemaking, so you may be seeing that in a couple seconds. Again, just doing this for dungeoneering. Makes it so that I can get slightly better logs so that I can do something a little bit more interesting with all the logs in dungeoneering. And let's finish it up with 80 firemaking. Again, not a whole lot of use for it, mainly just doing it for dungeoneering so that I have something to do with the tier 9 logs that I'll be getting with my 80 woodcutting. This is 2 level 80 levels that I have just recently gotten. I think that's up to 4 now. Yeah, because I have construction and I also have thieving above 80. So we are getting there on firemaking and woodcutting. One thing that I could do is get the crystal hatchet. That's going to take quite some time though, because I'm going to have to get into Prifddinas, which surprisingly I haven't even thought about getting into Prifddinas yet. I probably should get on that here pretty soon. I do need to get level 75 dungeoneering anyway to get to that. So all the dungeoneering I have been doing this episode also is going to help me there. I think it's probably getting to about time to start looking into that though. I do have 75 crafting and 75 dungeoneering coming up here pretty soon. So that is definitely something to look into. If you guys have been enjoying this series though, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button down below so you can see all the future episodes. Also hit the like button so that more people can see this series. And also leave a comment. Let me know what you think I should be doing next. Prifddinas has been on the list of to do for quite some time. I don't know if you actually need 75 herb lore, but that's going to take some time to do if I do need to get that. Anyway, I'll look into everything in between episodes and see if Prifddinas is something that I could reasonably get here pretty soon. As always, though, have a good one.